Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking into a really dark period in U.S. history. We're talking about the years between roughly 1940 and 1975.
Right.
This was a time when national security, mainly driven by the CIA and the DoD, it seems, just completely overrode basic human ethics. Our mission today is to really unpack how the system allowed this to happen.
And when you look into it, these weren't, isolated incidents. They came from a specific Cold War mindset where anything was justified.
Yeah.
And we can really trace this failure across, I'd say, three main fronts: the obsession with behavioral control, then this awful pattern of racialized medical deception, and finally just testing biological agents on entire cities.
Let's start there with behavioral control, because that feels like the heart of the Cold War paranoia. We're talking about Project MKUltra.
We are. It launched in 1953, run by Dr. Sidney Gottlieb at the CIA, and the whole thing was born out of this intense fear of Soviet brainwashing. It was huge.
It wasn't just one project, was it?
No, not at all. It was, a massive network. We're talking 149 sub-projects spread across 86 different institutions.
And their primary tactic was, well, it's pretty shocking.
It's breathtaking. They were giving high-dose psychoactive drugs, especially LSD, to people who had no idea. Unwitting subject.
And not just in a lab somewhere.
Exactly. That's the key. Under a sub-project called Operation Midnight Climax, the CIA literally set up safe houses in places like San Francisco and New York to drug people and just watch what happened.
And we'll never know the full extent of it, will we? Because in 1973, the CIA director, Richard Helms, he ordered almost all the MKUltra records destroyed.
All of them. Just gone.
Which is how that institutional secrecy then filters down.
Right. It bleeds from the intelligence world into the medical one.
And that's where we get to probably the most infamous case of all, the Tuskegee study. It ran for 40 years. 40. From 1932 to 1972.
Involving 600 African-American sharecroppers. And the official story they were told was that they were being treated for bad blood. A meaningless term. But the real ethical collapse happens in the mid-1940s. Penicillin becomes the standard, effective cure for syphilis.
And the researchers, they knew this.
Of course, but they intentionally withheld it from the men in the study for decades, just to observe the natural progression of the disease. At least 128 of them died directly because of it.
It's a monumental failure of justice.
And it wasn't the only one. If you look at the Guatemala experiments from 46 to 48, it was even more aggressive. A researcher, Dr. John Charles Cutler, was involved in both.
What happened there?
They didn't just watch the disease, they actively infected over 1,300 people prisoners, orphans with syphilis and gonorrhea. The stated reason: to avoid the ethical constraints they faced back home.
So the lack of ethics extended from individuals to, well, entire populations, using U.S. cities as test sites.
As open-air labs, yes. In 1950, you have Operation